Hello and welcome to another unboxing video, and actually in this case it's actually more of an unwrapping video, I guess, rather than a box. There's no box involved with it, but yeah, we've got another product in. This time it's a baseboard. Here it is. This is the micro layout baseboard. This is the center extension, product number BB023, and it's made by ScaleModelScenery. And it starts off with me wanting to build a micro layout in two of the wrapping paper boxes, the 22 litre really useful boxes. Those are, a nice small size for a layout that you can keep under your bed or something like that. So I wanted to build the layout using these modules, and originally I went and bought two of their BB018 sets so that I'd have a total of 4 modules. But what I found afterwards was that they weren't very good for putting together to make a longer piece. They were really only to go in pairs. And at the time they didn't have this center extension, so even at the time I was actually contemplating getting in touch with them and asking if they'd ever consider making this. And recently I went back to have a look at some other products, and while I was there I noticed that they'd just gone ahead and done it anyway, which is great because I absolutely need these for the project. It's much easier than me trying to hack apart the old baseboards I have to try and make it work. These are going to work straight out of the box as intended. I can't remember the price exactly, but it's in the region of about £12 per baseboard, which is, I think, relatively reasonable. You're talking about, for the full piece, the whole lot, something along the lines of £50 to do a 4-module layout. It might be a little bit on the expensive side, but again, you're going to get very accurate baseboards. They're not going to warp. They're going to assemble very nicely. They're going to fit perfectly. You're going to have a much better time with this than trying some sort of DIY solution. So yeah, we'll get straight into unboxing. Actually, first things first, as well as the camera above me here, I've also added this camera down here. So I don't know if it's going to be any good down there, but we'll give it a go. Get some other angles, and I can maybe show you some of the smaller items up close. So we'll give it a go and see how it goes. But anyway, we'll get straight into unwrapping this. So inside we have this instruction set, the front flyer piece, as well as the actual details on how to assemble. But yeah, there's that. We've got a set of nuts, bolts and washers, actually wing nuts rather than nuts, and that's to bolt the modules together when you're assembling them, when you put them together for operation, and then you can undo these and separate the modules afterwards, which is very convenient. And then really it's just the baseboard itself. So we've got some, these are these spacers, and I'll explain how those work in a little bit, but we've got the sides, the back, and the base itself. So what we'll do is we'll do a quick dry assembly. I'm not going to glue this today because I want to go and do that at a later point when I'm actually assembling them for my layout project, which I hope to be starting very soon. So be sure to be subscribed, because I will be doing videos for that as I progress on that project. From my experience with the other modules, it's best to start with the main sides and then the back at the end. So let's just move all that out of the way. Is that nicely centered? Yes, it is. So yeah, you take your end pieces and slot them in. It's absolutely easy. A kid could do this. It's almost like working with a jigsaw puzzle. So you've got your little U shape there, and you just... It is a bit of a snug fit, but that's good. That means that it's going to hold together quite nicely. There you go. And that's the main part already done there. It's very robust, it's not falling apart very easily. Once you've got this glued together and it's set, it's going to be really strong. You know, for something this size, it's going to be pretty good. Then all we have to do is bring it the back piece and just slot this in. Slide it in there. And so that's the whole piece put together. It's, you know, took me a couple of minutes to put it together. I mean, I haven't glued it or anything, but it wouldn't take that much longer to do it when there's glue. You might want some clamps when you use the glue just to make sure it's all pushed together tightly and you get a good join, and everything then will line up with your other baseboards. But you know, for the price you're paying, these are very good. As I said, it's going to cost me something about less than £50 for 4 modules put together like this. Much easier, much quicker than me having to faff around with cutting bits of ply, making sure they're square, and then a timber framework for it. It's just put it together in a few minutes and you're done. So these 2 pieces are spacers. And the idea is that there's actually a bit of a lip, but obviously when you bring your second baseboard up, you're going to have a gap, and that's not going to work very well with those bolts and wing nuts. When you put them together, you're going to end up squeezing this gap together. So what they've got is these spacers, and the idea is you put the spacer on the end like that, and that just makes sure that you've got no issues with the join between the 2 baseboards. But yeah, that's the main build for it. There's, as I said, it's a very quick, simple, straightforward piece. No complicated things going on here. I'll do a quick little demonstration of how the bolts go together. I'll just have to. So you can imagine these are the ends of 2 different baseboards, and we've got the 2 pieces inside, and they're going to make a little sandwich like so. We'll get these bits here. So you've got a pair of bolts, 4 washers, and 2 wing nuts, and you're gonna pair them off for each hole on the baseboard. But the simple assembly is you take your bolt, pop a washer on there, seat the washer through the first baseboard, through the first spacer, through the second spacer, and then into the next module. You then get a second washer on top, and then your wing nut, and that's it. They're now together. And again, do the same with the other side. Single washer onto the bolt. Make sure they're all lined up. I mean, what might be useful is to just glue the spacers to each side, and then you won't have to worry about making sure that they're lined up every time you're trying to put them together. Pop that through, washer, and another wing nut. You just tighten that up. And that would be your little sandwich there for the 2 modules. And you've got the hole in the middle there then to pass any wiring through between them. Yeah, that's how you would assemble the modules together to make your series of modules fit all together. And it works really well. Everything fits perfectly. You don't have any kind of issues with gaps. Everything lines up very nicely. It's a really good system, and I'm very pleased with the quality of the product here, especially for the convenience and the price. It's very good. I know there are much bigger modules out there by other manufacturers, but my interest here was with the small size for small layouts. There is a slightly bigger version of these baseboards, which is for the Christmas tree box, and that's just if you want a bit of a bigger layout and you have a bit more space spare. But the idea with the wrapping paper boxes is you can take 2 of these modules, put them in a box, and it can go under your bed. It can, it's that small. It can go on top of your wardrobe, under the stairs. Anyway, there's going to be a lot of places that can be kept because it's so damn small. It's not going to take up a lot of space, and you get a lot from 2 of these. I mean, it's not a lot for say 00 if you're just going to use a layout with 2 of these, but there's a length of 00 track there. It's not any particular length, but you can make a small diorama, a small shunting layout. I'm going to be doing a shunting layout on mine with the 4 baseboards, but if you were doing 009 or N gauge, you could do something a little bit more complex, maybe add a fiddle yard onto that, and you're going to have a really good time. So there we have it, the ScaleModelScenery baseboards. Absolutely fantastic piece, and going to be very useful for those small layouts. There's nothing else to say, but thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.